Hey everybody, it's Josh with Dealmachine, and today I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit about how to use our tagging and custom tagging system to organize your properties based off of shared attributes to help you guys market to properties in unique ways, help you guys keep your cash buyers straight inside of Dealmachine, and just make sure everything that you're doing is as organized as possible so that you guys get the most out of your experience. And so the first thing I'm going to show you guys really quick before I get into a few examples is simply how to add custom tags to your database. So the first thing you're going to do is just go from your home page to settings, go ahead and click on custom property tags, and you're going to see a list of the property tags that you've built for your system, and you just got to click create new property tag if you want to do that right there, and we'll create it and then it'll be there moving forward for you to use on all of your individual properties. And so as an example, I'm going to run through 3 quick examples here to show you how you might want to use these custom tags to organize your system and just what that looks like and some bulk actions you can take off of those custom tags that you've already built. And so example 1 is I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I live in a neighborhood called Carolee just south of downtown. And so that's the area that you see here on my map. And I'm going to click into one of these properties really quickly to show you that I've tagged it. So under property tags, you see Carolee. If you ever need to add additional tags to a property, you can just hit edit them, and then you can add all the other tags that are appropriate. So it's important to note that you can tag every property with more than one thing. Maybe they just do fit multiple attributes that are important to you. And so I can go ahead and tag everything appropriately there. And so again, I've tagged all these properties in this area around me with Carolee. And so maybe I actually want to send them a postcard that specifically says, hey, I also live in Carolee and I'm interested in buying a future home for myself here in the area. Please reach out. And so what I can do is, with those tags already included and attached to these particular properties, I can use our filter system, filter by the Carolee tag, save filters, and boom, I'm looking at a list of just the properties in Carolee that I've tagged with Carolee that are in the area that I'm interested in. And now I can use our bulk editing feature, select all deals, edit the mailing options, and I can actually attach my Carolee template to all those particular deals. And so if I go ahead and move forward with editing all these deals and mailing them, all of them are going to automatically get my Carolee template, and it's a little bit more of a custom message to these different types of property owners that might react differently knowing that I live here as well, for example, and I'm really interested in buying in this particular area, instead of just sending blanket marketing that everyone else sends from a real estate investor perspective. The next example that could be really valuable for you guys to keep track of is maybe while you're out driving in your area, you notice that some of the properties come back as LLCs, and they're clearly other investors that are owning properties, whether they're buying, holding, whether they're flipping, whatever that may be. They could be something that you could have a relationship with based off of the fact that it could be a cash buyer, could be a partner. Again, anything like that could be relevant for you guys. So while you're driving, I would suggest building out a cash buyer tag. And so whenever you come across an LLC, you could say, hey, I want to make sure I keep track of my cash buyers inside of Dealmachine, or at least identify the ones that I find while driving. And maybe then I know I can reach out to them or send them a cash buyer template, or just manage them in a different list elsewhere. And so a cash buyer tag is another great example of, as you see LLCs or other clear real estate holding individuals or companies, you can tag them with a cash buyer, and then you've got a targeted list of that particular of your cash buyers in your Dealmachine database, so that you could reach out to them individually, keep that organized for you. The final example I want to show you is one I personally use. Is if I'm out driving, occasionally I'll come across a house that it has a auction notice on it. It's clearly vacant, and it's in an area that I know is really hot, and I can do something with this property no matter what. And so I personally will tag those types of homes with a priority tag, because I want to go out of my way to accelerate my timeline to a conversation with that owner as much as possible. And I prioritize it. I just tag it with priority. And so when I get back home, I sit down on my computer and I say, okay, let's look at my priority list. Let's skip trace and call these people. If that fails, let's hire a private investigator to get additional phone numbers for their friends, family, relatives. Let's make sure I do whatever I can to get to a conversation quickest, because I know it's a good deal. It looks like, from what I can tell from looking at the property, it looks like they're motivated, and I know I can start working at that deal more proactively because of that. And so again, those are 3 examples, and there's many, many more of ways that you might want to use our tagging system to keep things organized inside of Dealmachine. Again, just keep things organized inside of Dealmachine and make sure you're getting out of it what you're putting in. Thanks, and if you got any questions about how to use tags for your personal processes, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to help.